Supporters Club. A nice big hand, please, for Mr. Dave Dodds.
Thank you very much. Well, folks, it's lovely to see you all again. If I can just have your attention, please, at the bar, please, for a moment or two. We don't intend this evening to be at all formal, but we must say a few words of welcome to you all. 1987-88 was, of course, the 50th anniversary season of the Orient at Brisbane Road, and the Supporters Club felt that the most appropriate way of celebrating this occasion was to bring back some of the people who have played a prominent part in this particular phase of the club's history. With us tonight we have players from the 1980s back through half a century of football to the mid-1930s, and to all of you we say welcome back to the Orient. Thank you all for the entertainment and enjoyment you've given us over the years. That's all the different generations of supporters, obviously. Happy to see you all. Have a super evening, and please mix, and hopefully one or two of our guests will come up and say a few words tonight and perhaps tell us a few amusing stories about the old days. Thank you all, and have a nice evening. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. If you didn't know, I am actually an Italian Scot. My father came from Italy, my mother came from Ireland, but we resided up in Glasgow. Anyway, when the Orient went to Malta in 1956 on the tour,
Quiet, please. This is a very interesting story. Please, thank you.
when the Orient went to Malta in 1956, we had a marvellous time there. So this year I thought it's better for me to go back there, go back to Malta for a nice little holiday, back to the old place again. So what I was is, I've got a little note here and it says, the Italian who went to Malta. One day I'm gonna go to Malta to a hotel. In the morning I go down to eat breakfast. I tell a waitress I want 2 pieces of toast. She bring me only 1 piece. I tell her I want 2 pieces. She say, go to toilet. I say, you no understand. I want her to piss on my plate. She say, you better no piss on a plate, you son of a bitch. I don't even know the lady, so she called me son of a bitch. Later I go to eat a bigger restaurant. The waitress brings me a spoon and a knife, but no fork. I tell her I want a fork. She tell me everyone want a fork. I tell her, you no understand. I want a fork on the table. She said, you better no fork on the table, you son of a bitch. So I go back to my room in the hotel, and there is no shits on the bed. I call the manager and tell him I want a shit. He tell me to go to toilet. I say, you don't understand. I want a shit on my bed. He say, you better no shit on the bed, you son of a bitch. I go to check out and the man at desk say, piss on you. I say, piss on you too, you son of a bitch. I go back to Italy.
Mr. Phil McKnight, lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, quiet, please. Quiet. If you look down towards the bar, you will see a lot of elderly gentlemen, quite bald, thick in the middle, but they are having the time of their life. Because they, quite frankly, are talking about the days where they were all younger. So we are delighted that you should invite us. We've won a few games down there. We've given 1 or 2 the sack. We don't think the game as it's played today is any good at all. In fact, we think it's a bloody miserable game. Can't quite understand why players don't laugh anymore. And I'd like to remind Les Blizzard, they don't even sing anymore. Eh? Could do with Eddie Brown kissing a few flagpoles, Mark Lazarus doing his stuff. And so, as I say, we're having one of those nights when we're all so much younger. And we are delighted that you invited us. It's a very lovely evening.
Mr. Alex Scott, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll be back soon.
It must have been about 20 past 4. It started to get a little bit dark. And I'll never forget, it was a midweek game and there was 8,000 people over here. You may not believe this or not. And everybody around the whole ground got their newspaper and lit it. And it was unbelievable. The game was finished. I must say we lost 4-0. But that was the first game that I ever remember seeing. I remember Les Blizzard sticking out of my memory. Used to make some of his runs from right half or left half. Now it's known as midfield. I prefer the old half-back style, don't you? Yeah, midfield. Who knows what midfield is? Lovely. Well, that's my view, members of the Orient, and as I say, I've supported them, been over all the country with them, but there's one gentleman here tonight who's supported them for 42 years. He's a bit of a character at the Orient. All the players throughout the years have known him, and I'd like to give him a nice big hand, Mr. Jimmy Sawyer.
Thank you, Love. Oh, very nice. Well, you know, I know most of the players here, nearly every one, like, you know. And over the years, it has been fantastic, like, you know. I used to watch the Orient when we won the first division, well, runners up in the first division. You know, well, they always knew me as Big Jim, so that's why I've never lost me style, like, you know. And I always used to be known as Two-Ticket Jimmy. But, you know, getting back to the players, I was over Chelsea one night, and I was looking round, and my mate said to me, "You know that boy over there?" I said, "Do I know him?" At the film at night. He said, "It ain't." I said, "It is." And I went over and I shook his hand, and it was film at night. I remember when it used to be Lucas, Bishop and Lee, one of the best half-back lines in the division. And also I remember travelling all over the country with them, home and away. And what I'd like to do now is to just say thank you for a lovely evening, really enjoyed it, and thank you, Loz, and thank you, Dave, and also everyone who's come here and attended tonight. And what can I say? Look at the support they laid on for us. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Jimmy Sawyer with a spread of his own.
and gentlemen, I just want to say how happy I am to be here this evening. Doesn't sound like me, does it? That's a bloody cracker. But I'm not going to talk. I just want to express my feelings in a song. In a song. Memories from the corner of my mind. Misty color water memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we once knew. Smiles we gave to one another of the way we were. What's after that? But I've actually, I brought a photograph. That's not the photograph. No, that's not a photograph. I've got a photograph of Malcolm Lucas and myself. And Malcolm couldn't be here this evening, and I want to say how very sorry I am that he's not here. Because Malcolm and I played against each other in Ireland. Malcolm was playing for Wales, and I was playing for Ireland in a youth international. We didn't know each other at the time, but I've still got the bruises to show it. When we got here, I couldn't believe that he's saying for Leyton Orient. I actually ran away from him, but someone said he's on your side, you know. But anyway, I hope he's doing very well, you know. But all I can say is that there's a boy down here called Dennis Searle and Georgie Waits. Who can remember Georgie Waits? Yes. Georgie Waits, a great outside ride. So there was one day that when George came to play for Leyton Orient. Can you hear me at the back there, can you? No, you can't. But anyway, George isn't here as well. So I'm just going to finish by saying that I'm very happy to be here. It's great to see all the old friends, and thank you very much, you know, for such a splendid evening. That's all I can say.
Lovely, Mr. J. Elwood. The Irish Leprechaun, thank you. Yeah, Mr. Bill Bunyan, thank you.
Well, they've got me up here, now they've got to hear me sing. I'm sorry. That's the only way to put it over. I've said it, what more can I say? Believe me, there's no other way. I love you, no use to pretend. There, I've said it again. I've said it, there's nothing to hide. It's better than burning inside. I love you, I will to the end. There, I've said it again. I've tried to drum up a phrase that will sum up all that I feel for you. But what good are phrases? The thought that amazes is you love me. It's heavenly. Forgive me for wanting you so. But one thing I want you to know, I love you since heaven knows when. There, I've said it again.
When he just now announced that I did massage, I did it, and I did it willingly. It was for Eddie Bailey, and if anyone remembers the team that Eddie Bailey ran here, the junior side that won the league for the juniors, then you'll know what team it was. It was Webby and all that mob in the juniors, and they were a great side. And I used to come voluntary for nothing to massage the lads Mondays and Wednesday nights. I also done a little bit of scouting for them, but as a footballer I was no good. I went in the army, but I come out and I really enjoyed it. And I've always had my heart with the Orient, I can assure you. And I meet many people